watching News 8.
Scott Adair from the New York State Society of CPAs is back with us. Scott, good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mark.
So we're talking about 529 plans. We touched on it briefly a week ago. Let's go a little deeper here today. The tax changes in 529s as a result of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Let's begin, before we get to the changes, to just a sort of a straight assessment of what a 529 plan is.
So a 529 plan is basically a state or financial institution or educational institution sponsored plan to allow you to start saving for a child, a grandchild, yourself, anybody that may be incurring additional college expenses in the future.
Okay, and saving tax-free, correct?
And saving tax-free, yes.
All right, important distinction there. Let's talk about eligibility guidelines as it relates to 529s.
So you're eligible for 529 plan when you're attending a 2- or 4-year college or university. A lot of the vocational and training type schools are also eligible, and graduate schools in and outside of New York State.
Okay, let's talk about some of the changes that are new here with the 529. I guess the first one is that it's open up to more people, right?
Yeah. So under the Tax Cut and Jobs Act that was recently signed into law or legislation, effectively what you're allowed to do now is use these funds not only for higher education costs but also for kindergarten through 12th grade tuition expenses as well.
Let's talk about some of the other changes with 529 plans as a result of this new law.
So effectively you're going to be able to potentially deduct the costs from your New York State return, $5,000 for an individual and up to $10,000 for a married filing joint return.
Okay. And that's if those contributions are made before the end of this year, December 31st, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right,
yes.
let's clarify that. Final thoughts on this subject as it relates to 529s and maybe some of the changes that are coming down the pike here.
Yeah, really important here because of all these changes that are coming forward with this Tax Cut and Jobs Act. We want to make sure that we're consulting with our tax professionals, especially in the area of 529 plans. There does seem to be some discussion as to whether or not 529 plans will be allowed for kindergarten through 12th grade private and public education in New York State. And
that affects a lot of our viewers, so it's important to get some clarification on that. Scott, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
Lots more online, as always, at the New York State's site, nysscpa.org/getmoneysmart. We're sharing that link on our site as well at rochesterfirst.com.